God is going to always make sure that his word is confirmed, okay? So if he's speaking something to you, he's telling you something, 10 times out of 10, it's going to be confirmed. Either you're going to hear it again through the voice of somebody else, you're going to get confirmation through his word, through, signs, miracles, wonders, what have you. God is going to confirm. So Dina Murphy put out a word recently from the Lord, and it's the most recent one, but I'm going to show you a screenshot. This one right here where it says, you're graduating, congratulations. Now, I'm not sure when she posted that, but I know I personally didn't watch it. I started watching it Saturday night, and I didn't finish it until Sunday, okay? But on May 8th, I had got this notification on my phone. It was a notification from my son's school, right? But it was titled, Lost and Found is Overflowing. Amen. And I already knew that that was a word, okay? But little did I know, when I went to go watch Dina's video a couple days after I got that notification, she mentions the lost being found, especially in regards to God-ordained relationships, right? Like the prodigal, they're out there in the world, they were lost, spiritually dead, spiritually blind, what have you, the lost being found, right? And so the notes that I have from the Lord when I got that notification was God is recovering those who have been lost, right? Including your spouse, if they've been spiritually lost or wandering, overflowing, because remember it said lost and found is overflowing, right? Overflowing suggests more returns and restorations are happening than usual. It's not just a little here and there, right? It's an abundance of retrieval. Many lost are being found, okay? Overflow of restoration. God is not just restoring enough, right? He is bringing in overflow. Your spouse's return and even their heart change, okay, could be part of a larger overflow season of restorations happening all around you. And I've mentioned this before, y'all. Your marriage promise is not just, oh, that's it, like that's all, like God's, done. No. That is just like the icing on the cake, okay? There's a lot that encompasses restoration, okay? Acceleration in the spirit, right? Lost and found is normally a slow trickle, but if it's overflowing, it hints that God is accelerating what was misplaced, broken, or delayed, recovering it quick. Your spouse, right, spiritually lost at times, is not truly lost to God, okay? God is actively recovering hearts, faith, and destinies, and you are stepping into a season where what you've prayed for won't just trickle in, baby. It's going to overflow. Don't lose hope, okay? I talked about hope deferred in a recent video, right? Things might seem scattered or misplaced now, but the Father is gathering everything into its proper place, right? Expect restoration. Expect over. In Luke chapter 15, I like to call that the lost and found chapter, okay? Because Jesus goes over 3 parables back to back in regards to, people being lost and found, like his children being lost and found, right? The lost sheep, the lost coin, and then, of course, the prodigal son, the lost son. For the lost sheep, right, Luke 15 verse 5, where he says, and when he has found it, he lays it on his shoulders, rejoicing, right? God doesn't just find, he carries and celebrates. Your spouse may have been wandered, but Jesus is pursuing them individually, and when he finds them, there will be rejoicing. Y'all, it's in the word. I'll find the scripture and put it up on my screen or what have you, but there's a verse that says basically for every sinner that turns to the Lord, they literally have a celebration in heaven, okay? The lost coin, Luke chapter 15 verse 9, rejoice with me, for I have found the coin that I had lost, right? Even when even when what's lost seems small or insignificant to others, to God it's precious. Your prayers and standing are not in vain. He is searching diligently, right? And of course, the lost son, the prodigal son, right? Luke chapter 15 verse 20, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion and ran and embraced and kissed him, right? Even before the prodigal son could apologize, the father ran to him with love. God will move with compassion towards your spouse even before they fully realize that they need him. God is actively in the business of finding and restoring, right? The overflow that I saw and mentioned to you guys in the notification aligns perfectly with Luke 15. Not just one lost thing being found, but abundance being restored. Your spouse's return to God and to the marriage God ordained is part of heaven's lost and found over. Another thing that Dina had mentioned, y'all, which I thought was so crazy, in her video, she referenced Jeremiah 17, verses 7 through 10, right? And yesterday was Mother's Day, right? And Friday was my birthday. So my kids had wrote me like a note, right? Just a note of appreciation, and then of course telling me happy birthday. And after I read it, I put it in my Bible, and something told me, now I know it was the Lord, okay? But something told me, like, look to see where you slid it at, because I didn't even open up like the Bible, y'all. It was just like this, and I just put it in right here. And I was like, let me see where that opened it up. So I lifted it up like this, and I saw it said Jeremiah 17. And I know in this waiting season, y'all, in, having faith in the promises that God has told you, right? Like, you have had to trust in him, which is hard to do. It's hard to trust, especially when what is happening in the physical, like, you're not seeing the fruit of it in the natural, right? But just like Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7, right? Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord and whose hope is in the Lord. True blessing comes not from our surroundings or outcomes, but from putting full confidence and expectation in God himself, right? In seasons of waiting, confusion, or lack, this verse reminds you are blessed because you trust him as in capital H, even when nothing seems to change. And because you trust in the Lord, like, there's fruit from that. He shall be like a tree planted by the waters, right? When you trust in God, your life is like a tree with roots by a never-ending stream, okay? You have stability, supply, and strength in every season, even the hard ones, right? Like here, when heat comes, tough times won't shake you. Not anxious in the year of drought, even in delay, you won't wither, nor cease from yielding fruit. You still produce spiritual fruit, peace, faith, hope, and love, right? You may not see change outwardly, but your faith is growing roots, right? God is preparing you for that fruit that remains. And for verse 10, y'all, I, the Lord, search the heart, right? He gives every man according to the fruit of his doings. God doesn't judge by appearance. Y'all know 1 Samuel 16, verse 7, he tells you that. Like, people look at the outward appearance. I look at the heart, right? God doesn't judge by appearances. He weighs the heart and actions, and he rewards faithfulness, even the unseen kind, right? Every tear, every choice to trust, every prayer you've prayed, God sees it, and he will reward it in due time. Restoration comes not just from circumstances shifting, but from hearts being made whole. And the last thing I wanted to bring up that she mentioned in her video to y'all, which was wild as well, and I actually got this notification the same day, but she brought up Psalms 23, right, where she was talking about God, preparing a table in the presence of your enemies, right? So I got this notification, the Lord is my shepherd, right? Sit in God's presence and reflect on Psalm 23. God is just good. Anybody good all the time. Hopefully, y'all, I can get through this devotional for today. It's titled Preserving Faith for May 12th, right? I know that fear tempts you to doubt when problems linger longer than you ever expected them to. And I'm not answering quickly enough to secure your hope. But don't judge your day by your circumstances or your expectations about them. Simply rejoice in me continually so that you might have preserving faith, right? Keep focused on me instead of your problems, or your faith will easily fail. Your hope must be consistent, grounded in my word that provides you with the peace and strength you need as you take steps of faith into the unknown, right? And you'll need to praise through your problems and worship through your worry. Thank me in everything, expressing gratitude even when you don't feel thankful. If you are joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer, that's Romans 12:12, the blessings to follow are countless. Even in the midst of your despair, you can focus upon me, rejoicing and being glad at heart continually. You can always be thankful for my steadfast love. Lift up your soul to me and know that I will lead, guide, and protect you at all times and in all ways, right? And the verse was Psalm 143, verse 8. Let me hear of your unfailing love each morning, for I am trusting you, right? Show me where to walk, for I give myself to you.